Today I'm going to show you how to access a local genealogy resource. To start, go to prendergastlibrary.org. Go down to where it says Online Resources, and then scroll down and click on Genealogy. On the Genealogy page, you are going to scroll down about halfway until you see the section for databases. You are then going to click on the Lakeview Cemetery Burials. This is a local history collection of death certificate information for people buried in Lakeview Cemetery who died between 1858 and 1950. The reasons that the records stop at 1950 is due to privacy reasons. When the grant for this was done, 1950 was the cutoff date for records that we could upload to this New York Heritage Digital Collection. So information about the collection and the scope of the collection is given here on the side, and how much information is in there. Alright, to get started, you can either type in a search term into this bar that says search the collection, or you can click on the link that says explore the collection. This is going to take you to the results page for searching the Lakeview Cemetery Burial Records collection. So just clicking on the Explore the Collection pulls up different search results here. You could browse through these if you wish, but if you have an idea for what you're looking for, you can use this search bar up top. In the search bar, you can put in a name, an occupation, a location, or cause of death. I'm going to start by using a last name, Prendergast. Now we have searched by Prendergast, and there are 14 records that have Prendergast in them. Most of them are going to be people with the last name Prendergast. But if I scroll down here, you'll see one person that does not have the last name Prendergast. And this is because this person was a janitor at the Prendergast Library. So when we do a search, it's a keyword search. It pulls up anything that has that word in it anywhere within the record. Let's go back to our search results, and I'm going to first click on Alex Prendergast. Alex Prendergast is the father of James Prendergast, who is the founder and namesake for the Prendergast Library. Now, Alex Prendergast was married, he was male, he was white, he's American, died in Jamestown, died at the age of 76. He was born in 1809. He was born in Pittstown, New York. He died in 1885, and he died of heart disease. Other information is also provided about who the coroner was, the funeral home that handled the arrangements, closest relative at the time, and who the mother and father were. And sometimes also it provides who owned the cemetery lot that he is buried in. And up top, it does provide you the location in the cemetery that you can find the grave. We're going to go back to our search results. And I'm going to click on Catherine May Prendergast. Some of you may recognize this name. This is Kitty, the sister of James Prendergast. You'll see she was never married, but that's because she died at the age of 10. She lived in Kyatone, New York, but she died in Michigan, and she died of dysentery. Funeral information is provided, who her mother and father is, and her father is the one who owns the cemetery lot. Okay, so that's what you see when you search. I am now going to do an occupation search for farmer. I want to see what records pull up farmers that are buried in Lakeview Cemetery. You see there's 427 records. So if we click on one of these names, we'll find that under occupation, this person was a farmer. They lived in Pittstown, New York. So this is a relative of the Prendergast from the maternal side. And you'll see that the owner is a Prendergast, most likely Alex Prendergast. This person was born in Scotland, and they died in Pittstown, New York, but they are now buried in Lakeview Cemetery. And as noted, you could also do a cause of death. So if you type in a cause of death, when you click on their name, you will find people who have that listed as their cause of death. Now, the cause of death that you may think it is may not be the term that's used on the death certificates, because sometimes a more medical terminology or terminology has changed since the 1800s and then early 1900s to today. So you may have to play around with that just a little bit. But that is how you search our New York Heritage digital collection of the Lakeview Cemetery records.